Ow. Hello everyone, welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3, to Higurashi. So it looks like Punchy survived from his encounter with the teacher. Last time, Rika actually lost to the bento box competition, and Punchy and Satoko decided it was best if they went with her, and it was a nice little cute moment. In the end, my selfish request was readily granted. As Satoko muttered complaints under her breath, quite merrily, she came with me to the store. Rika-chan didn't come with us. She said she had a thing she wanted to do, or something. I believed her when she told me, but when I really thought about it, I started to think maybe she was being considerate towards Satoko in her own way. Without Rika-chan here, Satoko was prouder and more loquacious than ever. Do you understand? Supermarkets will put things on sale when it gets near closing time. For example, you can't have a stir-fry without some pork, and if you wait a little longer, it'll be marked half off. They can't sell meat or fish once it's not fresh anymore. So they make it all cheaper in a last-ditch effort not to have anything left over. Of course, every veteran housewife is familiar with this concept, and when we get close to happy hour, like we are now. And I wasn't really listening to her, but she was telling me all this quite proudly. Every time I seemed surprised at something, or made an affirmative grunt in place of conversation, Satoko would say, "You don't know anything, do you, Punchy-san?" and smiled very happily in spite of her complaints. She led me by the hand to all sorts of stalls, one after the other. She was in such a supreme mood that just being with her cheered me up. Really being pulled into Satoko's pace was a lot of fun. Hey, why don't we just go with this economy-sized pack? Whoa, there's a real good-looking one with cheese in it over here. Punchy-san, you have no financial sense. Look at this! It's over our budget. We don't have enough money. Satoko pushed a handful of receipts in my face. Pfft. Why can't Satoko do these kinds of mental calculations when she's at school? Drat. Should we buy a load of normal ones? Or buy fewer of better stuff with the cheese in it? This is quite troubling. Calm down. For boys at your age, it's wiser to choose quantity over quality. Satoko, you're being too strict. A man's heart desires both quality and quantity. Why can't you understand that? No matter the size of a man's heart, his wallet won't be any bigger. I swear. Hey, stop clinging to the glass so stubbornly. After enjoying ourselves in such an exchange, we started to hear energetic voices coming from over the butcher we visited earlier. I could see a handful of housewives flooding the place. Oh no! If we don't hurry, all the half-off pork will be gone. Ow! Don't pull me! Don't pull my neck! Satoko really seemed like she was having fun. She looked like a kid who had grabbed her family's hands while she was running towards an amusement park attraction. In the end, the bag of pork we obtained was so normal that it almost hurt, but I knew it would taste absolutely delicious. The cicadas had come out at some point, and the Higurashi were singing in chorus. The air was so clear, and it felt so good. Our silhouettes stretching out on the ground made for a really wonderful picture. We'd filled our bicycle baskets to the brim with our shopping bags. They only contained ingredients and various other foodstuffs. Even so, every last thing packed in them sort of looked really happy, and made me feel really happy in turn. Going shopping for dinner seems pretty sensible too. It makes you really enjoy your meals. I can't wait to eat. That's a part of cooking for yourself as well. Dinner starts while you're shopping for it. I'm so excited for this. Vegetable stir-fry isn't even in my mom's cookbook. I never get to eat it unless we go out to a Chinese place, so I'm really looking forward to it today. That is indeed a pity. Then today, I will present to you an especially tasty dish. Normally, right about now, was the time I would start messing with her. But I didn't. Yeah, I bet you'll end up making something really great. I'm really looking forward to it. She stammered for a second. Satoko had been prepared for me to start making fun of her right then, too. And when it didn't come, she was surprised. Or maybe she stammered for some other reason. I don't know. But I immediately knew she wasn't feeling anything bad. Yes, I'll deliver an extraordinarily delectable dish. You'd better look forward to it. As Satoko and I rode back on our bikes, I had a thought. Was I this sort of person? Until now, I would have lashed back at Satoko right away if she did something to me. Yeah, that was the kind of relationship we had. We would poke at each other a little, then kick up a storm while nitpicking at one another. At some point, that had changed. We weren't playing our usual tit for tat. I didn't provoke her, so we didn't fight. That went for Satoko too. Satoko, who I knew hadn't been like this until now. Our relationship was changing, little by little. That's what it felt like. But it wasn't something I had to worry about. It was like our relationship had become a little bit happier and a little bit more charming. I was wondering why we changed like this. Was she lonely and projecting her older brother Satoshi, who hadn't returned home, onto me? Rika-chan told me about that yesterday. That was probably exactly it. So, as my actions drew closer to Satoshi's, Satoko was returning to how she'd been when she was living happily with her brother. In other words, this Satoko was the real Satoko. Satoko hadn't been able to see her brother again, and had finally gone back to normal. Had been able to see her brother again. That's us, I guess. Now that I'd been playing the role of her brother, I discovered that she really could smile so sweetly. But I wasn't Satoshi Hoju. I was Punchy Mirabara, a totally different person. I couldn't become her brother. I could come close, but I could never really get there. That was vaguely, somehow, a little sad. I was wearing Satoshi's mantle, and that would have to come off one day. And that would doubtlessly put an end to this meager, nostalgic, peaceful time of Satoko's. A limited tranquility. A tranquility that would end one day. Putting it in those terms, it was really sad. I shook my head firmly and drove off those pointless thoughts. What's the matter, Punchy-san? Sorry, it's nothing. If it's nothing, then please don't act all strange like that. It makes me worry that you might have eaten something rotten. Right. Sorry, Satoko. Nagging like always, but she still seemed really happy. That mood of hers drew me in, putting a smile on my own face. Hey, Puchimibara, why don't we quit thinking about this having to end one day? If it will, then just think about it when that happens. There was one thing, however, that I could say for sure. As long as I smiled like this, Satoko's own smile would never wane. So as long as I stay this way, this tranquility would never end. Satoshi would come back one day, too. That might happen a lot further away than I'd like, but until that day, what's wrong with me being a replacement for him? Saying that I'm not her real brother, so I can't become Satoshi, that was just an excuse. If I just didn't run away, Satoko would stay happy and live a fun life of annoyed nitpicking. I don't know what happened to Satoshi, or what made him abandon Satoko and run away. But just seeing Satoko in such a good mood, made me think I could persevere as long as I needed to. So this is what I thought. I wouldn't become Satoshi. I would become a replacement brother. This is it. This is the kind of stir fry I was waiting for. It's great. It's absolutely great. The salt and pepper in the broth, man. I could eat an entire pot of this. Stop that, Punchy-san. You're spilling food everywhere. The food isn't going to run away. You don't need to eat it so fast. No, it will run away. The best and the freshest flavors are running away from the moment the meal is completed. If you were to make 100 delicious things, then I would have a duty to taste every one of them. It's just good manners to do so. Your feelings are more than enough, so calm down and enjoy your food. You're right, I'm sorry. No one so tear. I meekly scratched at my head, and put down my chopsticks and laughed along with her like it was funny. I ended up doing most of the eating. Satoko was barely taking a bite. She seemed satisfied just by watching me enjoy the food so much. Whenever I filled my mouth with more of her delicious meal, Satoko looked glad. That let me enjoy the food even more. In this way, she kept smiling happily the whole time. Looking at her made me really happy as well. The time passed softly and gently. Before, I would have gone back and forth hurling insults with Satoko. In other words, we would have gotten into a fight right away. I had never known I could feel such peace of mind by talking to her honestly like this. I was a little bit happy about having discovered this new side of Satoko. For example, I was eating food that Satoko made. There wasn't an inch of me that thought it was suspicious. Before, however, Satoko would have definitely put some sort of a trap into this. I think I ate too much. I'm gonna take a dump. Hey, Punchy-san! It's bad manners to say such words during a meal. Then what should I say? I'm going to the bathroom? The toilet? The lavatory? Satoko looked down, her face bright red, and pointed down the hallway just as if to say, just go already. Whoops, my old habits seem to have come back. But, yeah, this wasn't all that bad either. No weird schemes, everything is just natural. And while having such utterly unguarded thoughts, I went into the bathroom. Tug. My foot caught on something string-like. Huh? Whoa! Oh no. A kettle? Wash tubs? Satoko! She got me. I can't believe her. She always does this when I let my guard down. I can't relax for a minute around her. Still, it was kind of funny. I didn't really feel like getting angry. Satoko, laughing uproariously, came over. See? I knew you'd fall for it sooner or later. Why, you little... I let my guard down for 1 second, and this is what I get? I picked up all the wash tubs that had hit me in the head, and went to go hit Satoko with them. Then I doubled over with the laughter that had been welling up within me, so I couldn't manage it. I wish things could go on forever like this. They can't. It's not like I was having the most fun since coming to Hinozawa or anything, but it's probably the first time I'd spent my day so simply and comfortably. It really wasn't worth much, and it was only a few hours after all. As an only child, it's my first taste of having a sibling. Just washing dishes with her felt really nice. Side by side, we washed, with the experienced Satoko doing most of the work as I threw in appropriate words to add to the conversation. The scene was so commonplace, and yet so mild and warm. Maybe I'd felt this kind of warmth before too, in the past. I think I've stood next to the sink with my mother like this when I was little. It made me feel nostalgic when I remember it. It was the same sort of slow, easy time. It was tranquil. Such a quiet tranquility that the fact that I wasn't uneasy about anything itself almost made me uneasy. Hey, wait, Punchy Mirabara. You feel uneasy about something just from spending time so leisurely? There's nothing at all to feel uneasy about. There always is, in this place. I mean, why would I be punished for enjoying a gentle life? I'd do anything to keep these days going, and I would never do anything bad, no matter what. I'd work hard for it, and endure much for it. So, God, it's not much of a dream to want this kind of thing to keep on going, but can you grant it? Oh? Is that at the telephone? Who could it be at this hour? Oh, you're right. I hadn't noticed until she mentioned it. I hurried to stand up, then ran to the phone. Who could it be at a time like this? I did feel like the phone had interrupted my happy moment. But I still wanted to brag about how happy the time I was spending with made me, no matter who it was on the other side. Hello, this is Mirabara speaking. Hello? Punchy? It's your mother. Oh, hello, Mom. What is it? It's pretty late. This was a little cold of me, but she was only calling because she was worried about her son. I couldn't help but give myself a dry smile. It sounds like you're doing just fine for yourself. I was worried that you couldn't make dinner and went to bed hungry. Nah. It worked out. Did you make dinner properly? What did you have tonight? It was vegetable stir-fry, rice, and miso soup. Bought stuff for it at the supermarket, plus a whole bunch of side dishes, just for fun. Oh, yeah, listen to this. I got the pork during the sale and got it half off. The things a housewife knows, right? And also, all that was thanks to Satoko, and not something I should be proud about. But still, I couldn't help but want to boast about the dinner tonight. It seemed like Mom got the hint that I was in a really good mood. I see. I'm so relieved that you're doing just fine. Oh, yes, another thing. Your dad and I finished up with our job. We think we'll be back tomorrow afternoon or evening. Oh, I see. You did well for 2 nights. We've been pulling all-nighters too. It was a lot of work, but we managed to fill the gap in your dad's mentor's event. Cool. That's good. Well done. Why did my parents coming home seem so disappointing? I knew a little bit of the reason, of course. This tranquility I never wanted to end was about to end so readily, and it was a little painful. After being asked what kind of souvenir I wanted from Tokyo, and replying that anything edible would be great, I put down the receiver. Satoko appeared, having finished cleaning up her trap. At first, Satoko was in a very good mood, but when she saw me put down the receiver with an uncertain expression, her own clouded over a bit. It seemed like she'd gotten the gist of what my phone conversation had been about. Was that your parents, Punchy-san? Yeah. Mom says they'll be back tomorrow. Oh, that's good then. I won't have to go to the trouble of making you dinner tomorrow. Now you can enjoy your meals with just your family. No, that's not it. When I think about the dull, plain dinner table coming back tomorrow, it's a little lonely. You sure do live in luxury. A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all. Her brother, Satoshi, running away from home came to mind immediately. There was no gloom in the way she said it. It was only for 2 days, but they were very enjoyable dinners. Well, then, next time I'll go to your house to visit. Huh? Satoko momentarily made a happy smile, but then a second later, it changed to an expression of surprise. But my house is small, and it's dirty, and the kitchen isn't as good as this one. Well, I don't mind. But, well, if you don't want to, then I won't. Satoko shook her head firmly, and her whole body expressing denial. I gotta get you to teach me a whole bunch more stuff, too. I finally managed to figure out how to use the rice cooker and how to cook miso soup, after all. That's right, isn't it? Perhaps we should use this opportunity to have you learn more about cooking. It was so like Satoko to take this chance to proclaim that it was all for my sake. But there was no way to conceal her own enthusiasm. That was true, that this gentle time would come to an end when my parents got back. There was no need to lament that, though. I can easily put in the effort to continue our mild moments like this. Like yesterday, Satoko told me she didn't need to be escorted home. But Rika-chan wasn't with her tonight. She would be going home by herself. Everyone knew everyone else's faces here in Hinamizawa. So it wasn't like it was dangerous to go out at night. But it still wasn't good to send a girl on her way home, on her way all alone. At the very least, that's what I thought as Satoko's older brother. I'll take you as far as the school at least. There's more lights over in that direction anyway. It's really fine, alright? If someone bad shows up, I'll take them down with one finger. There was no point in pressing her any more on the subject, so I took a handful of Satoko's hair and rubbed her head vigorously. Come on, Satoko, don't complain so much. Your Nini will bring you part of the way there. That's what I was about to say when I suddenly got embarrassed and my voice trailed off. Nini could only be the nickname Satoko gave to her older brother, and nothing else. I was about to use it pretty lightly, so I started to feel apologetic and a little ashamed. Nini. What did Satoko just say? Well, Punchy-san just seems like an older brother. That is what I said. It's not quite right, but you seem kind of alike, so I just... Oh. Satoko laughed awkwardly and turned red in the face. Of course, I was embarrassed when I saw her, too. Because the fact I was trying to act like her brother had gotten across. A warm feeling spread out from my chest. It was completely different from romantic feelings or any of those more impatient emotions. It was much more graceful, quiet, and warm, and calm. Satoko still needed her Nini. I had initially thought Rika-chan was being sly for not coming today. But when I thought about it like this, I could feel a kind of thoughtfulness of her worrying about her good friend's feelings. Maybe Rika-chan had understood that she couldn't play the part of a brother herself. So then... No, let's stop there, Punchy Mirabara. There's no point in thinking about it so hard. It means everyone feels the same way. It means everyone wants Satoko to be happy. Satoko's acting as though her Nini running away from home didn't bother her at all. Even though that wasn't actually the case. She was very sad and always waiting for him to come home. Because Satoko was a stable person when she was his sister. In order for her to really be this level-headed, having a brother was something she couldn't do without. In other words, Satoko still needed a brother. Nobody had the right to smile it away as childish immaturity. In fact, they deserve praise for being so close to each other as siblings. That role of brother should be played by her real Nini, by Satoshi. But, fortunately, he wasn't here. So, since I'm here, I'll play the part. Not with a guilty conscience, but in a very natural way. Because, was there something wrong with seeing Satoko smile so happily? What is it, Punchy-san? You've been smirking for quite a while now. Is it weird for me to look happy? It isn't weird or anything, but, well, the sound of the motor on her bike light was too loud and I couldn't hear what Satoko said. Huh? What? What did you say? Nothing. You really are just like Nini, you know? Punchy-san. Is that right? Of course, you're completely different from my real Nini. But like, there's things that you do the same. It's really a mystery. Same. Do you feel lonely when you remember Nini? Once I said that, I thought for a moment that was absolutely the wrong thing to say. But Satoko didn't seem to mind one bit. It's not that I'm lonely, since Punchy-san is being my Nini for me right now. As I was flustered for a moment at her hitting the mark, Satoko suddenly asked me a question in a calm voice. It was very quiet, composed, and adult question. Was it Rika? It was quiet, but her voice sounded lonely somehow. Didn't Rika ask you to act like my Nini for me? Is that what you think? Please don't take offense. Rika is strangely considerate of me, but it really doesn't bother me that much. I can say for sure that, at least, was a lie. Yesterday and today, Satoko had been so happy spending time like this with me as siblings, and that was proof itself that she was lying about it not getting to her. So I gave Satoko a light poke in the head. You're thinking too much, dummy. It's me, Punchy Mibara. I'm not your Nini, not Satoshi Hoju. I know that. Despite her saying that, her expression seemed a little lonesome. At this point, Satoko herself had realized that her question had been the wrong thing to say. We didn't need to keep talking about something that Satoko regretted. So, in order to cut the conversation short, I grabbed Satoko's head and pet her. Aren't you both biking? That didn't seem safe. Let's not talk about silly things like that. It's getting late, so get back home, brush your teeth, and go to bed. And rinse your mouth before sleeping, too. It'll keep you from getting a cold. You're the one to talk, Mimi. Be sure to brush your teeth, okay? Rinse your mouth and wash your hands. And get your books ready tomorrow. And... I wonder what kind of siblings Satoko and Satoshi were. I've never seen them together, but I could say without a doubt that they were really close. As for the way in which they were close, it's probably quite like this. It was so cool that the day's heat seemed like a lie, and yet the moonlight was somehow faintly warm. The quiet chorus of the insects was pleasing to the ears. Another refreshing chapter, which makes you really sad, really anxious about what's gonna happen next. Alright, You know, I think we actually might leave this tip for next time because we're gonna be a little... I mean, I'm really enjoying the story, so that's why I kind of let it go on. But, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and have a safe night outside on Halloween weekend. I got a few games on the Halloween Steam sale, which I may play as a Happy Halloween thing. So look forward to that. Anyway, like I said, stay safe, guys, and have a good Halloween. Bye-bye.